right. I'll wait for the things to queue up, and I'll send you a little link. Woohoo. There you go. Let me inform the slackers. That signal is going out. That signal is out. Chris H here early as usual, or right away as usual. Grant, Jeff. All right, looking good. Let's bring our pretty faces up. Well, one of them's pretty anyway. That'd be Andy. And then that's Andy. And then I'm going to refresh the chats. Get that going. Hello.
Probably stop recording right now since we're not technically started.
Good idea. All right. Looks like everything's working. Looks like we got people in the chats. Everything's coming up. Milho. Thrillho.
Milho.
Thrillho. And let's all start our recording devices.
Okay.
Go. About to be rolling. Come on. Come on.
Test 1 2 1 2. Test 1 2.
I am now rolling. I got my
Me too.
Me 3.
All right, let's do a sync clap. That'll be 1 2 3 clap. Ready?
Yep.
1 2 3. Okay. Pretty good for across the pond.
Oh jeez.
Yeah.
What's going on?
And
Why am I hearing double of us and I had this stupid YouTube?
I was gonna say you got YouTube up.
Hello everyone.
Hello.
On YouTube.
On the YouTube.
And all the places and things.
I think we're good. I think we're ready to start a show. We're only 1 minute late, so let's go ahead and do it, shall we?
Nah, we're early.
Well, yeah, earlier than usual. And see, now we're 2 minutes late. You ruined it. No,
Sorry.
I'm just kidding.
My bad.
All right. I'm gonna start. You good? If there's any
All right,
objection?
let's do it.
Okay.
Nope.
What's up and welcome to another Mograph Mocast. I'm Dave.
And I'm Matt, and joining us today is our good friend, Andy Needham.
Hey, how's it going?
And Mograph is a supplement to our site, mograph.com, which is a motion graphics tutorial site with tutorials, plugins, podcasts, and other Mograph stuff. And on the show, we talk about everything ranging from motion graphics to Cinema 4D, After Effects, plugins, render engines, doing business, doing taxes, being a contractor, or working for the man. You can email us info@mograph.com and let us know what you think about the show and send us topic ideas. I'm really missing the emails. I get it. You're on Slack. You can say things and stuff,
Right.
but, send us some topic ideas. And even if you want to send us some ideas of some people to be on the show, that'd be great. I think we have some people booked. We don't have anybody for next week. Maybe we'll do a solo show. Yet. We'll see. I think we are going to take that Monday before Thanksgiving off for once. I think we need a breather week. because
Yeah.
we've been going nonstop, and then we're gonna be going through the Christmas holidays, including the holiday show, the traditional holiday show with EJ and David Arya live from Camp Mograph. From the fake Camp Mograph. It's weird now. You think of that set and what camp actually looks like. It's a little bit
Right?
different.
Dude, you just need to take a picture from one of the ones that we took while we were there last week.
Yeah.
And just stick that in the background.
Yeah. No, I need to
This is
reconstruct it in
gorgeous.
3D. Yeah.
Yeah.
No, a lot of stuff on the week wrap up, so I'm just gonna dig right into it here. First of all, I would like to say that I've been using my color theory
Yeah.
techniques that I learned at Camp Mograph. It really helped me in something I was working on recently, especially because it was very similar to an example that he was using. And we lost Matt because he's on this new microphone that is going to do this the whole time. I'm telling you.
I haven't lost him. Hey, has he gone?
He's here. There's just no audio.
Oh,
Sorry, hold on. It just stopped recording.
I
all of a
think you
sudden.
need to go back to that old microphone.
Yep. I'm gonna go back to the old microphone that shocks my ears. I think I just need to buy a new one. These ones
so
have
you're
all
going to be getting.
lugged around so much.
Yeah. No, you need a good microphone that's not,
Can you hear me now?
USB dependent like that. Yes.
I know. And actually I've got a oops. I need to hook up the other microphone.
You need
the
like
one that
a-
Nick has.
You need a real interface.
We've got one.
Don't use a
We've got one.
don't use a condenser for the show though. That would be terrible.
I don't know what that means.
I think the one you have is a condenser mic.
I will have to, let's see. Record, sorry, test 1 2 1 2. Okay. Can you guys hear me on the right mic?
Yep.
I don't
I can
think.
Yeah.
Hear you.
Sound
Yeah.
correct.
Yeti. Okay, cool. Sorry, can we do a real quick, like, resync?
Yeah. All right.
Okay.
Yeah.
Sorry, guys.
1, 2, 3.
Now I've put us 5 minutes behind.
Right. I'm not starting over. You have that audio recorded, right?
I do have that audio,
Okay.
yes.
So just leave that.
Yeah.
We'll just keep going.
All right.
So especially because my project was very similar to one of the examples that he used during camp, I actually had a lot of fun working on this project. It wasn't really a very big project, but it was something where I got to really go back to those roots that he was talking about at camp. So that was really cool.
And here's
Who is that?
something that's very
Greg
interesting that I'm
Gunn.
not
Oh, cool.
I don't think a lot of people realize in cinema, like if you go to the little color wheel thing, it actually has like things that will give you the automatic complementary color and
Yeah,
stuff.
secondary.
Yeah.
And,
You know?
yeah.
Yeah, it's
Mhm.
very cool.
Yeah, the
so
color
like
wheel's
just
great.
being able to build like a really simple palette very quickly, you can do that very quickly.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. So
And-
let's. Yeah. No, go ahead. Go ahead.
Oh no, just the that whole use of like swatches and stuff like that. Being having that at your fingertips is really cool as well. And in R21, being able to just swap out a color quite quickly is pretty useful. You just right click and choose the swap color, and then
Yeah.
go to your next thing. Yeah,
Yeah, that's pretty sweet. And
minor tweaks, but cool stuff.
yeah, it's always the little things that are the best. The best
Yeah.
little tweaks, the bevels, things like that. Just the little things. AE 2020 is out and supposed to be hooray, hallelujah, the caching stuff is all fixed. Well, want. It's not. I can
Still having problems.
Oh, I can. Yeah, because it's not necessarily just the playback aspect of it not playing smooth, but it's really the fact that it's sometimes. My biggest gripe has always been that it just stops playing back at all. You'll hit one of your RAM preview shortcut commands. For me, I set the spacebar to full res. I set the 0 key to like a quarter or a third res, skipping frames just so I can run through something real quick. And it never fails. You go to another program and you come back, or your computer falls asleep, you come back, and you hit that button and you see the caching frames start to go, but the playhead doesn't move. I was like, well, why isn't the playhead moving? I don't understand. And the solution, you try and purge, you try and do all that other stuff, it doesn't work. Solution, close After Effects, Open it back up. So I'm like, well, surely now everybody's singing the praises of 2020.
Right.
Cache is supposed to be working now. Oh, hallelujah. This is what they say every time. And then I open it up, same problem. Like, I left my computer, went to Photoshop, went to the bathroom, came back, opened my After Effects project back, and it's not responding the way that it should. So with that already not working, I was a little frustrated with that. And so when you're working on a project in After Effects and you're trying to align audio with a particular effect or some text or something like that, like a voiceover, the shortcut key period by default just plays audio back. You know, you hit audio. Oh, okay, that's where that thing is, and you know that's where I put that text. Well, that stopped working, and it's so funny because it's going along the timeline. It's actually playing. Like, it thinks that it's playing audio, but it's not. And I go into forums and I see other people are having this problem too. So I'm like, okay, it's not just me. Other people have this problem too. And it's so funny how many people apologize for AE. It's like, why are you apologizing? Why are you an apologist for them? Because they broke something. It's not fixed. I have no idea how to tell them that it's not working besides going in support forums.
Oh, go on the motion design Slack and just
Really?
just talk to yeah.
That's what I need to do.
You do, yeah. Yeah.
Because
I was go on.
So who do you talk to in there?
Victoria Nice, I believe it is.
Oh.
I might have said that surname wrong, but she's great, yeah. And you know, the key part of the team there, so she'll hear and
all right,
you know, help you out for sure, man. Yeah, I was having massive problems with 2019 with audio playback and syncing and all this kind of stuff. Couldn't get the animation to I was playing back and it was just stuttering all over the place, just didn't work at all. And when I switched screens over to Slack to have a little bit of a rant about it, the playback was perfectly smooth. So it was an issue with focusing of the application.
Weird.
And thankfully somebody heard me, and then I got this message saying, "Do you want to join the pre-release?" And so I got 2020 early, and it's just solved everything. So I was like, "Oh, this is fantastic!" And so yeah, man, I'd just jump in there and just explain.
I would be very interested to see if that period key issue is happening with you, because the first thing that I get is people in the forums are like, well, you need to check your audio settings. I'm like, dude, I just hit play on the video and it was playing fine. It's not like when I hit the period key, my default audio playback changes, that you can't have it switch that. And besides, if you go to one of the RAM previews for spacebar or 0, you know, instead, and you just turn off the I, you know, which turns off the video, and then you use it that way, the audio is still not playing. Like, it's not working. So of course the apologists in the support are like, you know, it says After Effects professional. It's people who they don't work for Adobe, but it's professionals that are in there, somehow have enough time to answer questions all day, which is great. But it's the first thing that I get from somebody is like, well, you really should be setting markers in Premiere Pro on your audio with those voiceovers, and then bringing that back into After Effects. You shouldn't be. I'm like, so if my client tells me to change this text at the end to the end of the sentence instead of the middle of the sentence, I should take that audio file, open it up in Premiere, set a marker on it at that point in the sentence, re-export the audio so it has those markers on it, bring it back into After Effects, and then align my text instead of just hitting the period key for 2 seconds and learning where it goes. I'm like, that doesn't make sense. It's all this apologizing. I'm like, dude, like, it worked before and now it doesn't. It's that simple.
That's why I don't like using I don't like using Adobe products until they're almost like a year old. Like, I've been on 2018 for a while. I don't really use 2019 that much.
You don't use 2019?
You know? I don't think so.
Yes, I didn't realize that.
It's just like the thing is, like, there's always been this stigma with using any Adobe product for the first 6 to 8 months, because there's always going to be issues. But then you wait that 6 months and then they do another update and you're just like, ugh. Finally, a year and a half ago is stable, I don't know.
I don't get why the
try
same problems keep happening.
Yeah.
Especially in the RAM preview area. I don't know. I'm surprised
because
that
they have your $60 a month.
Well, yeah.
So
I'm surprised you're on 2018 actually, because I guess we haven't shared any After Effects projects in the last year.
At least I think I'm on 2018.
Oh, no.
I don't know.
Here's another thing. Speaking of updates, in R21, I was working in Octane, and I downloaded some models. And like you do, you get a model off the internet, and whoever did the model, they pointed all the textures to their local drive, and they forgot to make all the textures local before they saved it. So you can use Octane has its own texture manager, but
Oh, really?
It does now, but it never had the option to localize file names. Cinema 4D can see those Octane textures, and it can localize file names. So I tried to look up Texture Manager, and I was like, where is it?
No.
And
Manager.
Yeah, Redshift Redshift has its own asset viewer as well,
But the thing is, I couldn't find it. And I was like typing manager, and I was typing texture, and I was typing, I'm like, okay, this tool, I know they didn't take it out of Cinema 4D. Where is it? And I'm like Googling, trying to find the answer, where is that thing? And the reason I couldn't find it is because they renamed it something that has none of those words in it.
That's funny.
It's called the Project Asset Inspector now.
Oh, there you go.
Oh, nice.
It's way more powerful though.
It is. It is, but if you're looking for it and you didn't realize they renamed it, just so you know, it is the Project Asset Inspector. If you can't remember, you're going to be sitting in front of your computer in like a month and you're going to be like, oh, I need that. Just remember, Inspector Gadget. Just type Inspector into, hit Shift-C and type Inspector for Inspector Gadget. That'll be kind of your keyword in your head. That's your Manchurian Candidate, trigger.
Got it. Got it now. Do-do-do-do-do.
Also, gosh, a lot of week wrap-up stuff here. I went and saw 21 Pilots. My friend is the video director and the video equipment provider. And he was like, hey, do you want to come and see the show? And I'm not a big 21 Pilots fan. Like I know some of their music, but it's not like I sit there listening to them all the time, right? And so when you go to see a band that you don't really know that well, the part that you're going to enjoy or not enjoy is the presentation. And I was thoroughly entertained by the way that they did this. And it was just very good. The graphics, I was really enjoying all of that. But it gave me...
I like 21 Pilots.
Yeah, it was a really good show. And it gave me a chance to try out Filmic Pro on the new iPhone. Because it allows you to do their codec, which is way less compressed. And has all sorts of different options. You can control the iris on the fly. When you're at a concert, you want to control the iris on the fly because you want to really crank it down so you can see the stage and then crank it up to see the audience. And I took this widescreen 4K footage that was absolutely gorgeous. Matt, I sent it to you and David and EJ. Nobody really responded to it. I was like, okay, whatever. But it's just gorgeous, and the audio does not overmodulate or distort or anything. It sounds so good. I do not know how they did it, but with these 3 cameras and these apps and everything, you have so much control. It is literally just a very, very close to studio quality camera in your pocket. I mean, it's
awesome.
Ain't no Red camera. I understand that, but man. Right. Like they say, the best camera is the one you have on you, but it's pretty good.
Yeah.
That's cool.
Do either of y'all have the iPhone 11 yet?
I don't.
No.
I'm still on
10S.
I'm still on one from 2 years ago or something. I don't know. It does fine. If I need a new battery, I'll buy a new battery. That's the only thing that I could see going wrong with it. But
it's impressive.
Honestly, whatever.
Very impressive.
It's fine. I don't need a new iPhone. I don't need a new iPhone every year. I just
Yeah.
paid this one off,
Yeah.
barely, you know?
Well, the other thing going on this week, we started an Ableton channel in the Slack. For those of you who also like Ableton and like to do
Also,
music.
Speaking of Slack channels, there's also one that Liam created, I don't know, like a week ago or a few days ago called I-M-Available, you know, so that you can let people know that you're available for, you know, freelance work or whatever. Very cool. It's nice.
So what do? You just go in there and say, I'm available?
Yep.
I'm
I
free.
said, yep. Yesterday I went in and I said, Dave and I are available.
Cool.
So,
Awesome.
you know,
Well, I'm not. You
I mean,
are.
it's nice because then you can go in there and you can be like, okay, who's available? I know who I can hit up.
Yeah.
Pretty cool.
No, but Mark and I, it's really funny because I it's not like I really had time, but I'm like, I'm going to do me time and I'm going to do something for fun and I'm going to sit down with Ableton, got all my stuff set up, and I sat down at my desk and I had a Slack message and it was from Mark and he was like, hey dude, I'm just got Ableton installed and I'm starting to mess with Ableton. I'm like, no way, dude, I'm doing that too. So we like send each other our beats
funny.
and stuff, you know. And we're like sending each other YouTube links. There's like this guy who does all these Ableton tutorials, but he does it as a puppet of himself. So he records the whole
that's
tutorial.
funny.
He sits there
That's funny.
and then like mouths the entire thing when he's done and pretend. It's really funny because, you know, puppets are funny when they dance, of course, by default, right? So he's like dropping these trap beats and the puppets, you know, just like waving his neck back and forth, looking all goofy. It's very entertaining to watch these tutorials with this puppet guy.
I
So
wonder how much a custom puppet costs.
I don't know. We should do an
What do you
episode
think?
all puppets.
I agree.
Yeah.
Totally agree. That's why I was asking.
Make an Octane Jesus puppet.
I don't know.
He's got the robes and everything, you know. Yeah, so if you're into that, we're going to start sharing. Of course, we immediately added Tokyo Megaplex. We're going to start sharing stuff. I'm looking to figure out, okay, who is the Andrew Kramer of Ableton? You know what I mean? I've gone through a lot of sites, and I haven't seen one site that really feels like it stands out. But, you know. So check that out. And then Node. I wanted to remind everybody that Node is Friday. Well, it's Friday. It's Friday. In America, I don't know. We're behind, so it's technically Thursday for us, but it's on Friday. Anyway,
Right. I guess.
we are a proud sponsor
You
of
can just say the
Node.
date.
Yeah, we're a proud sponsor of Node. Make sure that you attend if you can. I think there's a waiting list at this point for tickets, but can't wait to hear about that.
If you
I'd love to
go,
go one,
if you go say hi to KCV. He'll be representing Mograph.com at the event.
That's right.
So,
That's right. He'll be repping. Make sure you say hi to Jess.
yes.
Yes. And no spoilers, but Rick and Morty premiered last night. We can't really talk about it, I guess.
Really?
Yeah.
Yeah. I haven't watched it, so whatever.
Can't believe you haven't watched it. I was watching.
I'm looking forward to that.
I was like, I can't believe, and this is the old man in me, but I can't believe it's so late. You know, why isn't it like, 8 p.m. or something?
8 p.m. on Cartoon Network when all the children are watching? No.
Yeah,
That's
dude,
why.
you know what? If you got a kid up past 8 p.m., you're a bad parent.
They can handle
I
it.
don't think. Okay.
What time? Your kid goes to bed at like 7 p.m., right?
She goes to bed at 7 or between 7 and 8, but it's
Yeah.
But she's still pretty young. I think there's people
Yeah.
in between that don't go to bed at 8.
Yeah, I know, but if you've got a kid who's like 14 years old or whatever,
Yeah.
and then, whatever. I don't know. I can't stay up till 10:30 at night to watch a new Rick and Morty episode. It's like,
10:30?
oh, it's so late. It's so late. So late.
You're so
for me.
old.
I am old, dude. I wake up at like 6:20 every day.
Okay, boomer.
Whatever.
I watched it twice in a row. Like as soon as it was out, they made it available.
I'm younger than you, by the way.
I know. They made it available on the Adult Swim app like right after. So,
Oh, really?
I've already seen it twice. I won't give any spoilers, but I will say amazing. Out of the
cool.
gate, amazing episode. Like they killed it. Like, that's always hard. The expectation is going to be, how is this going to be better than what you've done already, or especially the first episode? You know, they got to come back with a bang, but I do not know how in the world they ever even thought up this story, because it was an incredible story. So props to them. Props to them. So, Andy, you got AirPods Pro.
I did. Yeah.
Tell me about them.
Good, man.
Are they?
Yeah.
Oh, man. They actually feel good in your ear?
Yeah. I mean, and they, you know, they haven't like fallen out as I thought they might.
Right.
I've taken them, you know, I've done running in them and with them on, and yeah, they're great. The noise cancelling's pretty good as well. Yeah. It's, I'm impressed, and also what I like about them is the kind of stem thing is a little way shorter. So it's not like hanging down your ear anymore. It's like
the stem part, right?
Yeah.
I didn't mind that. I kind of liked it. I mean, I didn't have the earphones, you know.
Well, now people will really not be able to hear you when they have their AirPods in, because they're noise canceling.
Yes,
right.
exactly. Yeah. It's very good. Just does what you expect. Like I was leaving the office, and there was like the air conditioning on or whatever. You put them on and it's just like, oh, that's completely gone.
Right.
And any drone obviously that's how it all works, isn't it? But yeah, it's pretty cool. And you can then just hold it down and it will go into like transparency mode where you can then still hear around you.
That's cool.
And all that kind of stuff.
That's really cool. I like that.
Yeah.
But you can't actually like plug in a wire to plug it directly into your phone, right? To listen to it.
You wouldn't.
Like, I know that's
Bluetooth
like,
it though, wouldn't you?
Yeah, I know. Like, see, so the thing is, like, that's the one reason I like the Bose headphones is because you can just plug a cable directly into it. Like say your battery dies. Like for example, I was on a flight this past week coming back from checking out Camp Mograph, and I put on my headphones and realized, oh no, my battery's dead for the first time ever since I bought them.
Such a horrible feeling as well.
Yeah. So I'm like, oh, that's
noise
okay.
canceling.
I'll just charge it. So I reached to the two like external batteries that I had, and neither one of them had power.
Oh.
I was like, okay, well that's all right. I've got the little adapter, that plugs in from the thing to the whatchamacallit.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, no, I left it at home.
No.
So.
You had no power in your seat, I'm guessing then.
No power in my seat, so I had to pull out my computer and charge it directly from my computer.
Yeah.
But still, like, you charge it for like 10 minutes and it's like 80%.
Yeah.
Cool.
Yeah, it charges so fast, and then it lasts for like freaking ever.
Yeah.
I even put them on when I'm not listening to anything.
Like I don't love noise cancellation. Like when I'm on a flight and I do a 4-hour flight with noise cancellation, it kills my head. Like the pressure or whatever, I'll have the worst migraine by the end of it. And happens every single time I do it. But if I just put the headphones on and just plug it in directly, and not get the noise canceling, it's fine.
Have you
totally
experimented, if you go on to the app, the Bose app, you can actually tell it the level of noise cancellation. You can tell it to do like a medium noise cancellation. Maybe that would help you.
I haven't tried that. Maybe.
You should try that.
I should try that. I will try that.
Yeah.
Next time I fly in like a week.
Oh yeah, that's right. We're going somewhere. Also, I've been noticing. Is this just me getting old? But I was noticing because I was watching some YouTube videos about Rick and Morty last night. After the show, I was watching those fan theories and stuff. I found a really good one. It was really good, but the thing is, it was 20 minutes long. And the new cadence of how people talk in YouTube videos is maddening after a while. It's this.
What do you mean? Give me an example.
This younger millennial way of doing YouTube videos. It's just so
what's up, everybody?
Yes,
blah, 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 like that.
But for like 20 minutes. After 20 minutes, you're just like, oh.
I don't know. You got to keep people. You got to keep people's attention. You got to be energetic and stuff like that.
But I don't know, man. I was watching videos with my daughter as well because we're doing a Pinewood Derby car. And it was the same thing. We were watching all these science videos and stuff afterwards from the same channel. And it's just totally just, everybody's so on all the time. It gives you a headache.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Yeah.
That's the oldie McMoldy in me. I don't know. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Do we need to do our when we actually finally start the tutorials for this channel, do we need to do them like that?
Yep.
Yeah. In order to stay with it and hip?
Amy, my wife calls it my Wolfman Jack voice.
What is that?
What's up, everybody? Wolfman Jack here. Ow! Or something like that. That's what she calls it, my Wolfman Jack voice. You know, she's like, and she used to give me so much crap because she'd listen to every podcast episode, and then when I'd get super energetic or something like that, she'd be like, "Oh, what's up, everybody? Wolfman Jack Mograph." Woo!
Oh my
like,
gosh.
All right.
Yeah.
Maybe we should do them like that. We'll just do tutorials where we're just goofy and flying off the rails and just on all the time.
Not gonna happen.
Hey guys, make sure to mash that like and subscribe button.
No. Wrong.
All right. So let's talk about 3D Motion Tour. It's
Cool.
getting closer to an end. LA was last week. I didn't really hear back from Matthias on that. I got to get the footage and everything from him. Hopefully that all went well, and I bet that was a great time. Denver is next week, November 19th.
Yes, this is gonna be
big one.
insane.
It is going to be insane. If you would
I
like
can't believe
to,
how many people are coming to
Oh, I
Denver
know.
of all places. You know?
if you go to bit.ly/Denver Beeple with a capital D, capital B, you can look at the event page and you can get tickets for the after party. If you remember last week, Beeple put out like some stories that said that apparently we were organizing a party for this. So
Yeah.
we talked to EJ. There will be an after party. Oh, it says sold out. Wow.
Oh, is it?
It is sold
Wow.
out. I'm sure it'll be fine, but you know.
I mean, it's not like we can control how many people show up.
Well, it's
you know,
one of those things
like,
where
it's-
the brewery can only hold so many people, so
Right.
you know.
Well, so you know what? If you want to come, just come. We're
Yeah.
not gonna stop you.
Yeah, I think it'll be fine.
It's a public place.
Yeah, it's just about the capacity. I think he talked to the owners or whatever about capacity, so I think that's what he was basing it on. But it should be fine. But wanted to do like a little promo for this, so I went ahead and did a like my own Beeple Daily to promote it
Right.
this week. So I posted this and tagged Mike in it, and he was like, "Okay, I deserved that." I tried to do it in an hour. It took me 2 hours.
You should have put like a picture of Brodor in the background,
Right.
just peeking through.
Yeah. It's technically there. It's in the glimmer of his eye. But no,
Right.
this is the 3D scan I did of his head at SIGGRAPH this year. But I put in the little Pokemon in the corner and the obligatory worker that's working on whatever is going on here with this giant beard. But it was fun. It was kind of fun to say, okay, how fast can I do this? You know, because it's not something that I do really on a regular basis. So after watching that video Corridor Digital did, I thought I'd give it a try. So come check us out there. Hang out with us there. Also, Atlanta, Boston, DC, and Miami are still yet to have their shows on the Motion Tour. The dates for that... Let's see. Boston, right? No, wait. Let's go back. Atlanta is tomorrow. That's November 12th. Boston is November 14th. The next Tuesday, right? Denver, November 19th. Followed by DC, December 2nd, and Miami, December 6th. And that's all that's going to be left on the tour. Make sure you check that out. Make sure that you do the promo code MG3DMT. For your discount. If you're a subscriber to the newsletter, all that info is in there. You can get that discount because you get some good free software. You get
according to people, you get $40,000 worth of
Right.
free software.
You-
No, it's like almost $1,000
It's $1,000.
worth of free software,
Yeah.
which is awesome.
Yeah,
I mean,
90-day license
you
for
like
cinema.
free money? You like free stuff?
Yeah.
Come to 3D Motion Tour.
Yeah.
You get a 30-day license for Adobe CC, 90-day for Redshift, so you can try that out if you're... I know a lot of people are like, I'm an Octane, I need to try Redshift. This is a good opportunity. You get a Sketchfab 90-day license and a $100 Kitbash coupon, which that's good. I actually bought a Kitbash pack for that Beeple thing. So, and added that to our library. Then you also get LinkedIn Learning 90 days.
Yeah.
Hey.
And then
Yeah,
all the project files and resources and stuff from that perception animation that they're showing off in their demos. So,
I mean, that to me is so worth it just in itself, you know?
yeah.
Being able to peek through someone else's files, like a professional company like that,
Yeah.
you know, just being able to look at their files and see how they work. I think it's killer. You know?
Yeah. And then I like that Adam says in the chat, he respects Matt's tech perspective to just wait. If it ain't broke, don't fix it. I think that's actually my perspective, and I'm really surprised you actually said that.
That's just on Adobe software.
Yeah. Yeah.
That only goes for Adobe software.
Rick says, LA was great. Noseman did a great technique breakdown, especially good explanation of fields, force fields to help people coming from After Effects, comparing fields to AE adjustment layers. David Glance, he's in the chat right now, actually. So, yeah, he's going to be on the panel December 2nd in DC. So, cool. That's awesome. He says he has no idea what he's chatting about. It'll be fine. It's easy. You just get a lot of questions from Matthias and just hang out on stage. It's fun. It's a good time.
Yeah.
And talking about his eGPU not working.
Yeah, I've been trying to help Dave diagnose. He's gone from Sierra to High Sierra, and he just needs to do a simple script change. But you know, work gets in the way of that kind of stuff. But we'll get it sorted, Dave.
Glands is
about, you know, all about work getting in the way.
Yeah.
Glands. Yeah. I always see his photos on Instagram, and I never knew how to pronounce his last name. There you go. All right. Let's see what else is on. Oh, Matt, I'm gonna leave this. I'm gonna
there we go.
Leave it over to you.
When you were gonna get to it.
It is time to talk about the next Camp Mograph. This is a long week wrap up.
Camp Mograph. Super pumped. Mark Cernosa and I went out to Portland last week. We've been looking at this place for a couple months now. Well, no, maybe like a few weeks. Now that I'm thinking about it. Wow, it hasn't been that long since Camp Mograph.
I know.
Feels like it's been forever. There's been so much work. But we've been checking it out for the past couple weeks. We've been talking to the directors and stuff like that, getting everything worked out. We are super pumped. The next Camp Mograph is going to be in Portland, Oregon, at Camp Collins.
Mm-hmm.
So let me see if you can, if I still have that Bitly link, but you can check out some of the pictures. I think it's bit.ly/Camp Collins. Yeah. bit.ly/Camp Collins, and that sends you straight to like their the Google Maps. You can check out some of the pictures, but it's so cool. It's like there's treetop cabins and the Rotary Village, which looks like old Hobbit houses, which is awesome. Like you don't have to enter through the Hobbit hole, you know, but you can if you want.
If you want,
you know,
it's
got doors on either side that you can enter through. We've also got an adventure village. So like what's awesome about this year's I guess next year's camp is that so the Rotary Village and the Treehouse Villages, they actually all of the villages are heated. So we've all got heat in all of them. So, you know, which is awesome. The Treetop Village and the Rotary Village, they have carpeting, floors, and stuff. It's definitely not as rustic as it was last year. If you want to go for a slightly cheaper, more rustic option, we've got those in our Adventure Village as well. The Adventure Village is similar to the one that we had last year, just with a little bit more insulation and heat as well. So, but all of this is going to be awesome. There's like a 3-story climbing wall, which is absolutely insane.
Mm-hmm.
And there's a ropes course. Like basically, you go to the top. Dave, go back up. See if you can go back to that bridge.
At the very
So there's
top.
this
The
bridge.
first picture.
Yeah, I think. Yeah, there you go. So this bridge, that's actually from the top of that 3-story climbing wall. So you cross this rope bridge, and it's actually like shaky and scary and amazing. You know, like I think it specifically says like only 5 people at a time across this bridge. You know, but yeah. So from the top of there, you walk out and you get to do this whole like ropes course from 3 stories up. It's totally insane. I'm so pumped about it. And there's so many good hiking trails. It's right next to the river and stuff like that. And this place is so nice. And some amazing things. Linens. No, it's not Denver. Sorry, Sean. This is Portland, Oregon.
Mm-hmm.
It's happening in Portland this year. We were originally talking Denver. But
this place is much cooler.
We weren't getting a good vibe from the camp director out in Denver, and so
it was very far from the airport.
Yeah, it was. It was also very far from the airport.
Yeah.
So the biggest thing was we were looking at different like logistics and stuff like that, and like last year. Camp Abnaki was absolutely gorgeous. We loved it. But we tried to minimize the amount of things that were tougher for us. One of them being like if we were doing a shuttle, you know, that shuttle drive, 45 minutes, you know, there and back and stuff. And with it being such a small airport, you know, we wanted to try and limit that. What's awesome is this is technically in Gresham, Oregon, which is right next to the airport. So, you know, it's 30 minutes from the airport. So we'll be able to do the shuttles really easily, and we won't just get like totally lagged doing the shuttles, you know, having to do a, you know, 1.5 to 2 hour shuttle, you know, one person at a time. But anyway, so and the whole grounds are absolutely amazing. We don't have any places for people to pitch tents this year. That's the one thing. But we've got like 4 different options. We've got the Rotary Village, we've got the Treehouse Villages, we've got the Adventure Village, which is the more rustic, like wooden floors. It still has heating, which is great. But it's very similar to the ones we had last year. The cool thing, the Rotary Village and the Treehouse Village, they both have half bathrooms in there, so you don't have to go all the way, you know, to the community bathrooms and stuff like that.
No showers.
You know, there's no showers. But this place is absolutely incredible. It's so awesome. So make sure you sign up campmograph.com to get information. If you are a previous camp attendee, make sure to watch out for your email this week because we're doing a pre-sale specifically for the people who got to who came,
or the alumni.
For the alumni, the people who took a chance on us the first year, you know, you'll get first dibs at it. So make sure you look out for that. And then
actual tickets on sale, or have we announced
actual ticket? Actual tickets on sale, April 20th, 2020. The date is going to be October 8th through 11th. We're sticking it still in that October range. We didn't realize. I don't know. Is Andy coming?
Hey, I'd like to. Sounds cool.
We didn't realize, so like with all these camps and stuff like that, if you're looking to get, like, we were originally wanting to do like August or September, you know, because it's you know, that's a slightly, you worry less about the cold, you know, but from what they told us, they said September and October, especially the first week of October, like it is just gorgeous in Portland.
I mean, you were there later.
I can vouch for that.
It was fine.
We were there. And what's awesome is because, you know, it's so shielded by the wind and everything. You don't get that crazy wind since it's right next to the river. Like, and this happens at my house because we're kind of next to a lake. But like the temperature difference, like if it's colder around you, you know, it's much warmer when you're next to the water, which is awesome because that water, you know. So it was like 47 degrees or 50 degrees while we were there, and it felt great. I just had a t-shirt and a light hoodie, the exact same thing I'm wearing right now, you know?
Yeah.
So, but it was awesome. Now, I will say there is 0 cell service there, like none. I couldn't get
man.
any cell service, but
We're gonna have to
yeah,
rely on radios more next time, I think. Then.
we will have to rely on radios. There is Wi-Fi. There is a couple of buildings with Wi-Fi, so you could do some Wi-Fi calling and stuff like that.
Yeah.
But yeah, there is. I mean, but if you're really looking to call someone, you know, just hop in a car, take a small little hike or whatever, and then you should be able to you know, go somewhere to where you can get some cell service. But yeah, the second I got out of the car, I was like, oh yeah, no cell service. So it'll be perfect though, right?
Yeah. That's kind of like the point, isn't it?
Right.
Getting away
Right?
from- yeah.
Right. So if you really need to, you know, if you really need to make a phone call or something, there's Wi-Fi, you know, so you should be able to do that. But yeah, this place is absolutely incredible. Like we are so incredibly excited about this, and it's going to be amazing.
So this year's was
make sure
like
you sign up.
this year's was the rustic, relaxed feel, and then this one's more the adventure.
This one's much more adventure and stuff like that. So it's gonna be great. It's gonna be great. And we've got right now we have one speaker lined up. I'm not gonna say who it is yet. And I think we have 4 teachers signed up already. Not gonna say who they are yet, you know, but y'all are gonna be so pumped.
The drawback is that
I mean,
we have a very small number of tickets to sell.
It is.
We're not gonna try and overly pack it.
You know, the last year's thing, we were like, well, we can fit 200 people. Let's sell 200 tickets. You know, and we didn't end up selling that many. So it ended up being like super small and intimate and stuff like that. We had about 75 people, and that felt like a really great number. You know, so we're gonna up the number a little bit more. We've got some tickets for like sponsors and ones that were like ones that we're giving away for like the X-Particles Challenge. You know.
Yep.
And so you know, there's going to be a very limited amount of tickets. So if you are looking to get one to camp, I would definitely say save up, get ready. You know, get on that email list because it's going on sale April 20th. 2020. So
for 2020.
For 2020. It's gonna be amazing. Oh my god.
All right, well, let's talk to Andy a little bit. I wanted to switch over to Ravcock. What's your flavor?
What's your flavor?
And I've been using. Okay, so it's really weird. It's in this transitional phase where, like you do around this time of year, where you're using maybe like both versions of Cinema 4D. Because the plugins are kind of transitioning and stuff. So right now I have my old version of Octane on 20, and I've got 2019 Octane on R21 because I'm playing around with it. I'm checking out the new features. You know, so when I can use it, I use it. I'm not necessarily using it for certain things just because I don't know. It's so hard to get everything moved over, but. Super advanced like client projects, I'm still kind of far back. But what I'm noticing with the new version of Octane is it feels a lot more stable. And I don't know if it's driver issues or what I had going on with R20 and Octane 2018 lately. But
you're
it
in
was
2019, right?
Right. And the 2018 was crashing a lot for me. And so I decided to move over to 2019 in 21, and it is super stable in comparison. So
have you seen the new displacement or like being able to
the vector
mix
displacement?
Yeah, well, there's that as well.
Oh,
you know, but like also being able to mix displacements.
Yes,
and stuff
and
like
I
that.
followed all the directions, and I cannot get it to work.
Really?
It does not work. I was trying to mix them. I did everything correct. Everything was mixed right. I even looked online, saw other people's nodes. It just wasn't working for me. I don't know.
Maybe it's specifically 2019.3. Are you on that one?
0.3 just came out, so no.
Oh, okay.
No.
Well, I think maybe that was the case.
Maybe grab that one.
Andy,
I
are
don't
you
know.
still Octane mainly, or what's your...
I use been using Redshift a lot actually recently. Yeah, but still have an Octane subscription, and like you have found, I find it a lot more stable now. So, which is great news. It's still great, and it's just great to have the variety now. But like I was working on a job last month, yeah, and well, I was using Arnold, and that was cool to go back to that. Even though
Yeah.
CPU whatever, but they have the render farm that just takes care of all of that heavy
Yeah.
lifting. But yeah, it's an Arnold's really really cool. But yeah, I mean, I've been a big fan of Octane for a while. I do like it. But yeah, like I say, I mean, I just tend to use whatever is the one for the job. I don't really stick to
Right.
Same here.
any particular one.
Same here.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I really want to, like, from what Chad Ashley's been teasing about Arnold 6 or something,
The GPU.
Yeah.
that the GPU stuff is finally faster than his 32-core Threadripper,
With-
which is
Yeah.
yeah, which is
insane.
I'm very exciting, very exciting. I've heard a few people saying that once that comes out, they're probably going to make the switch.
Yeah.
You need RTX though, right? You need the
I think that is the case. Yeah.
Yeah,
I
and
think
at
it
least
only
two
does
cards.
RTX.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's
like
interesting.
synced up. Yeah.
So you might not necessarily be able to use, if you have a GPU farm that still has like 1080s in it like we do, or 980s like Matt does.
Yeah.
Yeah, I got some 980s.
Yeah. They're still hanging in there. Ooh, they're
Yeah,
trying.
I just use the plow. And
Yeah.
it was so this week I had some I had some problems while trying to send stuff. I was doing Redshift, and I was doing some Redshift proxies because I wasn't sure, it was a very big scene, and so I wasn't sure that, like, I wanted to make it as cost effective as possible, sending it over to the plow, and I wanted to use as little amount of, like, processing power as possible because, maybe I have to render something on my end or whatever. So I had so many problems doing these Redshift proxies. For some reason, I just couldn't get it to work. I finally said, all right, screw it. I put, like, it was just a tree. It was a tree. It was a Redshift proxy of a tree. And so I was like, screw it. I'm just going to put the tree in there. I'm going to use my matrix object, whatever. I'm just going to let it go, Dude, it ended up, like, it was 90 frames. It ended up costing me $15. So I was like, what a waste of time. I wasted 4 hours to try and save some money. And it was so cheap anyway.
Yeah.
So I don't know. I was mad at myself.
Well,
I wasted so much time trying to make it cost effective, and and it was already cost effective.
Yeah.
Whatever. So
I mean, you were trying to build it the right way. You were trying to make your
it
scene
was, yeah.
efficient.
And like, I was really looking at, what if I have to render some things locally, because you never know, who's going to be sending what to the farm and how quickly you'll be able to get it back. Even though I like Pixel Plow so much more than I do all the other render farms, specifically because when you send something, it will start, no matter what level you're at, it'll just go slower. Other ones, you've got a queue and you got to wait to be at the front of the queue and stuff like that.
Right.
Which I don't like.
French Monkey's in the chat. French Monkey,
What's up, French Monkey?
is your internet good enough to where we can do a show? Because that would be awesome.
Yeah, seriously.
I want to talk about audio too.
Yeah, seriously. You got a new song dropping, don't you? Here soon?
Maybe, or was it a whole album? I have to
I
get
think it
on
was just a song.
Spotify and check it out.
I don't know.
Yeah.
Follow him on Instagram. He's always posting stuff.
Yeah.
That and his dog. He posts
Oh,
a
yeah.
lot of pictures of his dog.
Yeah, I had an Octane issue at the slave deal this week, and I haven't really checked to see if this possible solution fixes it or not, but you go to, when you do the Octane standard install, it's supposed to install all of that stuff, like the networking and all of that. Well, it installs these shortcuts, and the shortcuts don't go to anything. So you try and launch do the install the slave daemon or whatever, and you click on that and it says Windows cannot find the shortcut. And I tried it on another computer.
That's weird.
Same thing. So I went asking for some help on the Slack channel, and the suggestion I got, I guess it depends on if you install the exe or if you download the zip file and do it that way. So I'm going to try that and see if it works. So we'll see. French Monkey says, new single in 2 days, album at the end of the year.
2 days.
There we
Yeah.
go. Oh, wait. By the way, completely forgot about this. 4 days ago, Beeple said new short in 4 days.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. Is that coming out today?
I
don't know.
I mean, I guess so. I mean, it was 4 days ago, right?
Sure, that was 4 days ago. I
yeah.
messaged him. I said I am equal parts terrified and excited.
Right. I wonder if it's out. Let me check the Twitters, because you know that thing's gonna blow up. Let's see. Beeple. B-E-E. I'm typing. I'm clicking, and nothing yet. Nothing yet. Okay. Well, we'll wait and see. I don't know. I can't wait to see what it's gonna be, though. I'm excited. Anything else for Ravcock? Yes. Jules posted he's a work in progress for Octane 2020 is split the split focus. Remember we were talking about that?
Oh, the split diopter.
Yes. Yeah.
Yeah. There was a few people. I think that specifically came from people requesting it in the Slack, which was cool. Like they're actually going to have a split diopter like lens and stuff. That's pretty cool.
Yeah. Let's see. That's about it. Let's go to some topics, which I want to talk to Andy about his background. I feel like we've talked a little bit about it before, but I don't know. I feel like some of our guests, we have them on and we just assume that everybody knows who they are and where they came from. And
yeah,
you know,
I mean, everyone should know.
Everybody should know.
I mean, come on.
Yeah. But where did you go to school or not go to school to learn what you know?
And what did you or did not study?
Who are you learning? I don't know.
Yeah. I did to learn things about motion design. Yeah.
So you specifically studied motion design?
No, I didn't. No, so what I did a multimedia production course, but I mean prior to that I did like a lens-based media. It was called. So photography mainly. You know, and that was just like proper developing with the chemicals and all that kind of stuff, which was great fun. But yeah, when I got, you know, starting to use things like After Effects was at university in my second year, I think it was, yeah. And we weren't really, you know, taught it. It was just the software's on the computers, you know, and you can use it or not.
Right, have at it.
Yeah, exactly. But in the final year, they had these amazing new edit suites that were they had, you know, these brand new G5s. I think they were probably.
G5s.
You know. So my friend and I, we did a music video together, and so he was in one booth like cutting it, and then I was in the other one doing all the visual effects and stuff like that. And we kind of just, you know, well, I certainly was getting more into After Effects and things like that through, you know, just hands-on projects like that, and just but I mean most of the course was kind of Flash, Director, things like that, you know, those Macromedia things as they were. And just sort of building enhanced CDs and things like that. So in the end,
with the autorun.bat or INI or whatever in the end of it, INI.
So what we did was we did the music video, and then we packaged it up with an enhanced CD, put it in a box, all that kind of stuff, and it looked like it could be sold in the shops. And yeah, it was a good one to do. It was fun.
Remember they used to sell those mini CDs, and it was really gimmicky. They had the top and bottom cut off. They looked like a business card. They weren't even round.
Yeah.
You know, and you would have to make sure that you could fit your presentation within that size so that you could do that. You could hand out the CD business cards.
Right.
Yeah. CD business card.
And then you'd have people who try and put them into their computer, like the
slot load.
The slot load.
Yeah.
Like,
no.
Sorry.
No. You need a tray. Yeah. So yeah, I mean, it's self-taught, guys. You know, as we all are, pretty much. Yeah. But you know, I guess. Oh man. yeah. I after that, I was I started working for a company, just freelancing, and they had. I was doing a lot of editing, and there was the kind of, do some motion graphics on the side to kind of pepper the edits with and all that kind of stuff. And I just kind of enjoyed doing more motion. I like editing, I do, but yeah, I think
still
it's.
do a lot of editing work.
I do a fair bit actually, because my my course is on LinkedIn Learning, and also GSG Plus. I edit those as well. So yeah, so there is that, and also I just did a job recently for Reef, like the sandal people.
Yeah.
And that was the kind of motion design kind of edit thing. It was all pretty fast cut stuff, but yeah, so it's a mix of all that kind of stuff, really.
What are you doing for GSG Plus?
I did the R21 intro kind of thing. So and then a couple of tutorials as well. I just recorded like a kind of quick tip recently, and also a longer one. And yeah, there's one that's been out there for a while, which is about kind of field forces and yeah, and the first one was more about sort of particles and things like that, and the others are about cloth. So
cool.
Yeah.
Cool.
I think that
have you checked it out, GSG Plus, or
I have.
you have.
Mean, I mean, I haven't looked at anything. I'm not a member, so
oh, okay, right,
I got nothing to say. I mean, I don't need another subscription.
Yeah, I know.
Honestly, like, no offense, but
That stuff
I don't
adds
need another
up.
subscription. Yeah,
I'm sure.
Like, I know we're about to hit our like the hardest part is, especially during this time of year, you get so excited because there's these great Black Friday sales and stuff like that, and you're like, oh sweet, I'm gonna renew my maintenance at this time or something like that, and then you realize it comes around again, that's what you're gonna spend your money on the next year. You're kind of stuck in that cyclical cycle of now every Black Friday I have to purchase
all the things.
I have to extend all the things. Yeah.
2 X-Particles licenses, the
2
Redshift stuff comes up, two Redshifts, and I don't know what else. Probably RealFlow. Yeah, you end up kind of messing up your budget with those Black Friday subscriptions.
Yeah, I know. Especially when you're trying to give yourself a hefty bonus.
Yeah, that Christmas bonus, yo.
Right.
Yeah,
that's the thing, isn't it? Yeah. If you're taking all the profit out of the company,
right?
On the
yeah.
I hear you. Yeah. I mean, it's pretty cool. I like it. I like the fact that I think the other artists that they've got doing courses is great. Zachary Corzine's course is cool. And it's probably worth a monthly subscription just to check that one out. I'd say it's cool. But yeah, you get the kind of material packs and stuff now, which I thought was a nice touch. And that kind of took it away from just being about tutorials and stuff. So
for sure.
Yeah, and I think it just means that they can put more stuff out that is in a quicker way to the subscribers. But yeah, it's cool.
I wish we could have talked to Chad more about it when he was on. We had like the worst technical problems on that show. I feel like we need a redo of Chad.
Yeah.
Which one?
We just kept having audio. My audio kept screwing up on that episode, and it was so messed up, and everything was just falling apart on that. I'm gonna have to see if he wants to come back on after the first of the year. So
yeah, it's tough if you lose the rhythm and all that kind of stuff. And
yeah.
Luckily, my problems were 3 minutes into the show instead of
the whole show. Yeah,
instead of every 3 minutes.
Yeah. So let's talk about the X-Particles Challenge.
Cool. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
Why not?
Wait, how long ago? How many years have you been running this?
This is the 5th. Yeah.
The 5th year. Nice.
Yeah.
Yeah. What was I gonna say? You actually started this, right? Just on your own?
Yep.
Nice.
I did. Yeah.
What was the inspiration for starting it?
XP3 came out, and I just thought it would be cool to just do a competition, just to see what people would make with it, and that was a real simple thing. It would just make something cool with X-Particles. But when you say that out loud, it's actually very broad.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, I've got this idea, this, and then no ideas become, and through the years just whittled it down to well, last year was the first time we gave a template file, and that was hugely successful.
I thought it was, it was nice because what's great is the limitations make it that much more fun, you know.
Absolutely. Yeah. And it just means you've got that starting point, and it's a level playing field as well. I've got some I mean, we can the idea being this year, and for most years, but this year, you're going to create a 1920 1080 30 FPS animation up to 150 frames, and then just get that in by pretty much the stroke of midnight on 22nd of December. So, and that's Pacific time, so you've got that extra time on the west.
Cool.
I guess, or it all levels out. But there's
a good list of prizes.
Oh, dude, I've got some news.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. So we have some new sponsors.
Oh yeah.
First up, and this is in no particular order, we have another. We have A5 Studios, who Alexei. He's always like.
He does the really awesome character stuff.
The rigs,
like he's a really awesome character modeler. If you saw the half-res titles that Boxfort did, the little 3D character on the scooter, I'm pretty sure that was one of his characters that he made.
Yeah, that's great. Yeah. I mean, and I love the fact that you can chuck them into Mixamo as well, and all that kind of So we've got his 5J characters, which is the 5J stands for Johns and Janes. So you got 5 Johns, 5 Janes. So there's that, and his arms and legs asset pack as well. That's for the first prize. Yeah, and then second and third will get a choice of either of those. So you got a choice. And we have Kitbash 3D joining us.
Nice.
With providing for first place the Neo Tokyo 2 World plus the Skylines mini kit, supercars, props, and then I think this is a pretty cool pairing. They've got the Cyber Streets mini kit and then the Cyberpunk prop kit, which is kind of wicked. You can build these really, these pretty interesting worlds. And then for the third prize, they're giving the drones prop kit as well, which is kind of that's kind of cool. I'm really excited that we have School of Motion as a sponsor this year.
Yeah.
And they are giving away your choice of one of their courses.
Wow.
Oh, nice.
Yeah. That's, man. So what's the total amount in prizes?
I'm not done yet.
$50,000 or $60,000.
Oh, he's not done. Wait, there's more.
All right.
There is more. And I'm really excited to reveal we've got Otoy sponsoring us as well.
Yeah.
Nice.
First place will be 3 years of Octane Enterprise All Access.
Whoa, 3 years?
3 years?
Yeah.
Dang.
Jeez.
Second prize is 2 years of Octane Enterprise All Access.
There you go.
Oh, man.
And third place will get 1 year of Octane Enterprise All Access.
That's awesome, man.
So I'm going to add those details to the website, and we're going to post some.
And for those who are just listening, those are just the new ones that have been added on.
Right.
Those are just the new ones. Yeah.
Yeah. Like what's already on there is the Asus Turbo GeForce RTX 2080 Ti graphics card, X-Particles plus Cycles 4D, annual subscription to LinkedIn Learning.
What else? A couple of 3-month subscriptions to LinkedIn Learning,
annual subscription to GSG Plus, some video Copilot stuff, which is awesome. Tim Clapham training bundle.
That's everything,
everything?
that he does. The whole the whole kit and
Man.
caboodle. Yeah,
That's
and
awesome.
Wow.
plus a $200 store voucher to spend at Hello Lux as well, and
Yeah.
of course, last but
Yeah.
not least, a ticket to Camp Mograph 2020.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. It's gonna be awesome.
Yeah, so this is you know, I'm going to start to kind of organize this into a visual of what first, second, and third will be.
Mm-hmm.
But as you can see from what I've just mentioned, it's pretty huge.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's
Yeah,
super awesome.
It's exciting, and I'd say, if you're interested in winning or having a chance of winning that, then get in there, there's a Vimeo group as always.
Do you have a Slack channel at all?
We don't have a Slack channel. I kind of just post within on mograph.com and some others. But yeah, I'd say, if you follow us on Instagram and Twitter, then that's a good way of getting the information, anything current or whatever, and updates as well, like all these cool sponsors that are coming on board and the prize details. But yeah, what we're doing this year, you've got it's kind of a 3-step kind of thing. You got your download the project file, make sure you read and understand the rules. They're pretty simple stuff, but it's but yeah, it's important. And then we're gonna upload your submission via a Google form, so that means I've got your name to go into the credits of the show reel, which is something that's been requested, and I think that's really important as well, that we have we can see who's taken part and all that. And it also allows me to kind of get in touch with people much easier about, hey, you've won or whatever. So it's just, rather than kind of hunting down like a username on Vimeo or something, it's just like, it just keeps it a bit more organized for me. And then, by all means, put your entry into the Vimeo group so people can see it. I mean, there's an entry in there already, which looks great. So, somebody straight out of the gate has uploaded something. So, someone's in with a chance already.
Yeah.
Yeah.
There you go. If no one else enters, then this person wins everything.
Exactly.
That's nice.
So yeah, there's 41 days, 12 hours, 49 minutes to go. The clock's ticking, but it's but yeah, I think there's motivation there in the form of those prizes to actually put something together. And
for sure.
And, also, check out the judges as well that we have this year. It's a great variety. And this is also a really good opportunity to get your work in front of these people as well.
Right.
So,
Yeah.
We've got Barton Damer, Ryan Summers, Brandon Parvini, and Nick Hill, Nydia Diaz, Mario Chamfuk, and Robin Haddo as well. I'll take a look at them also. So yeah, I mean, there's a great mix there, and like I said, it's it's an opportunity to get somebody else's eyes on your work and all that kind of stuff. So yeah,
that's awesome, man.
Yeah,
just keeps getting bigger and bigger every year.
Yeah.
How are you gonna top this year?
Yeah.
Well, I keep thinking that. Like it's crazy because we gave one of the big prizes in the first comp challenge was obviously you get X-Particles is pretty decent and quite an expensive plugin if you're buying it firsthand, right? Straight away. There's obviously that we gave Arnold. There was and over the years it's kind of just ramped up. I mean, we gave Studio Cinema 40R20 last year. Was it 20? Yeah. So yeah, there's and now with the hardware offering that Insidium are, in the form of that 2080, that's incredible. What how they're they're always so supportive of this, not just in the prizes they give, but also the little shout outs they do on social media and all that kind of stuff as well. So
totally. I love Insidium. They're great.
Yeah.
Yeah, you'll be making dailies in no time.
But yeah, if you want a bit of inspiration, go onto the About page and check out all the past show reels on there as well. And there's a list of the winners as well. And I'm going to link back to all the groups that are on Vimeo. So
sweet.
so then you could even see every single entry over the years.
Cool.
Yeah.
Last year's winner was awesome. I
Yeah.
loved that one.
Yeah,
I
Chris
still,
Harden.
I think about that one all the time because it was so different, you know.
The cartoony explosion thing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I've seen a few people do stuff similar to that since.
Mhm.
Like yeah, I don't know.
It was
Cool.
If you frame through that and step through it, it's there's some amazing frames in there.
Yeah.
It's great.
I remember
Yeah.
seeing it before the winner was announced, and I was like, man, that's. I think somebody posted it in some forum or Facebook page or something when they finished it to enter, and I was like, oh man, that's gonna win. So
Yeah.
good.
Yeah, there were in some comments. I think on the Vimeo, on his Vimeo page, it was like and one and something like that.
That's funny.
Yeah, yeah. So, but yeah, all the past winners have been amazing. All these results, and in fact, I just think anyone who gets something entered is doing something cool as well.
Yeah.
Man, I can imagine like judging these things from previous years where it's just like you basically are giving 100% total freedom to being able to now limit it. That's got to be a little bit easier on judging.
It is, because the focus is definitely just like on the use of X-Particles, and it's like, oh
Right.
no,
And
we
it's
don't
also
have to worry
I
about.
mean, I'm sure there's some creativity that goes into it,
Yeah.
like and are you able to check out the project files as well? Is that like a requirement?
That is for anyone who gets to like more of the later stages. Yeah, and just to double check everything's in
Legit.
order.
Right.
Yeah.
They're actually using X-Particles.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. But yeah, and that was Matt. Chris actually put his project file up online.
Oh, really?
Yeah. So you can.
Oh, that's awesome.
Yeah, check that one out. I think we were even sort of sharing it on the old website, but yeah, I mean, we can try and find a link and put it in the show notes.
Mm-hmm.
Awesome.
Yeah. Yeah.
Really, really good work, like from all the previous years.
Yeah.
So in your day-to-day now, what are you doing?
Yeah.
What are you mainly doing now?
I'm still mixing it up between some client work and recording training and stuff. But I'm doing a lot of I'm doing some sort of consulting as well with a company called they're called Created. They do a course which is kind of bridging the gap between, I guess, online learning and actually going into a place.
Mm-hmm.
It is a part-time course, but there are the content is delivered online, but you do get to go in to their base and for initial sort of kickoffs and things like that, and also to meet the team, and also there's mentors along the way as well, and so my involvement with that was kind of working out in conjunction with them, just working out the syllabus and what we'd need to take somebody through, what they're not filling in any knowledge gaps and all that kind of stuff, because there's a variety of different kind of levels of skill that go into that course. And now I'm going to be recording the Cinema 4D portion of that course with just doing it in R21, bringing it up to date. So,
Rock on. That's cool.
so that's cool. And they're I think it's a great it's a great course, and the people that are running it are fantastic as well. I think in the past there was somebody who was either a founder or have you heard of Escape Studios? Have you heard of that?
Names sounds familiar.
It's
Yeah,
kind
I
of
believe so.
It was an established thing over here, but yeah, now this is this is what they're doing now. obviously Escape still goes on, I think. But yeah, they're branching out now to, now that the first year of the motion design course is kind of coming to an end, they've got visual design, experience design. So branching out to different types of courses. But yeah, my main kind of focus and involvement is with the motion design one. And yeah, it's interesting as well. It's it kind of working with them forced me to cut a new show reel as well. Because when I was doing a talk, they said, "Oh, have you got a reel?" And I was like, "No, maybe I should do that."
That's funny.
Yeah, so that was good. So it helps me as well. Yeah, but yeah, I'm just recording for LinkedIn Learning a lot, and yeah, just wrapped up my my contract at the moment, current thing with GSG Plus. So there's yeah, I mean, like I say, it's good to have it. I think it's kind of, for me, interesting to be on a variety of platforms.
Yeah, you are on a lot of different platforms.
I was gonna say, what's your percentage of
oh, dang,
like what?
You asking him what cut he gets?
No, not at all.
Oh.
No, I'm asking what percentage of your income is based off of, like, tutorials and like doing the online learning stuff versus
freelance,
like client work and stuff. Yeah.
Interesting. I would say, because it depends on the with this is a tricky one to answer.
That's fine. Okay, how much of your day, how much of your week or month or whatever is spent doing online learning stuff versus doing client work or whatever?
Yeah, let me put it,
not to put it into like terms of like money or whatever.
Well, in another way, you've put together a tutorial yourself, right? And that takes a lot of time. And so whereas you go and do a day for a client and that's that done, So when I'm on a roll with client work and all that kind of stuff, then it's way better in terms of the what I get from training
of course.
and stuff like that. So, but what I'm trying to do is kind of bring them a bit closer, so that the effort that I put into the training is returned at some point, and that's not always possible because it's the process of putting them together is like you're kind of like you want it to be, you want the course to be, or the content to be understood by the target audience and all that kind of, so I'm trying to be mindful of that, and sometimes I'll have to just rethink my approach or whatever. And then the next thing is, making sure that there's something kind of interesting and visual on the screen as well. So you're actually then making a project file that looks interesting, rather than just showing somebody, oh yeah, here's a cube, here's a cylinder or something like that.
See, that's one thing that I've noticed with a lot of tutorials. It's like, I think that's one reason like Andrew Kramer and Nick Campbell were very successful in doing tutorials versus ones where you're just going online and searching by YouTube. It's the fact that they not only taught you how to do it, but taught you how to do it in a very pretty designy way. They weren't just showing you what buttons to press, because there's plenty of people out there who will just tell you what buttons to press and show you what buttons to press. But, to actually do this stuff in a very creative way, I think that helps really drive views and stuff.
Yeah. And it's hopefully holds the viewer's attention a bit longer. And that's another thing to be, to think of as well is, are you, have you got to the point? Are you just laboring on it or whatever? Particularly with like LinkedIn, there's usually a kind of, you've got to get it done within kind of 7 minutes or something like that, if possible. There's a certain style to that kind of training. But and some things are a bit looser, maybe, you can just be a bit more kind of conversational or whatever. But then again, yeah, we are. The tone is usually just talking to a friend about what you're what you're explaining, and I like that. I like that. But yeah, it's important to have something visual and that the message is clear.
It's
For sure.
It's one of those things where if you're doing a long course, you can get in all that conversation, but if it's 7 minutes, you got to be like those YouTubers doing their hey, what's up guys, I'm gonna get right into it. You just got to do the whole.
Well, yeah, bear in mind as well that a lot of people, they look at if I were to look at a video and I'm thinking, okay, I need to know what this technique is. Oh, it's like 25 30 minutes long or something. Like how does that really take that long to explain that? If I'm just coming at this as a new person, if I've got an appreciation for the technique or whatever, and I know that it's going to be a few steps, and I know that the person doing the training has a reputation for then throwing out some extra nuggets in there, and you're like, okay, cool, I'm gonna pick up a lot more out of this. You kind of have to manage their expectations of and you want how invested they're going to get in watching something to the end or whatever, because most people are going to just go, okay, put it on 2 times and let me just get to the point, and I'm in, I'm out, thanks.
That's what happened to me this week with an After Effects button that I needed. Something was disabled in After Effects, and I'm like, why is this disabled? And I need to figure out how to turn it on, and I just searched for it, and it was a 25-minute video on how to enable that thing. And I'm clicking through it, and I'm clicking through it, and I'm clicking through it, and it's a guy going, today I am going to show you how to do this thing in After Effects where you will do. And they're on a blank screen the whole time, and I'm just sitting there going through, looking for that 10 seconds of knowledge that the whole video is about.
That's the thing. You start clicking through, and then you're like, okay, no, oh, too far. Okay, now I
can exactly.
It takes you longer to watch it.
Oh, he fixed it already. Go back. Yeah.
So there's a lot of factors in there. The prep time is usually just like the killer, though.
Do you how many times do you run through it before you record something?
Good question. Sometimes I'll just go and sometimes I'll just go for it and just see if I how it sounded. And how messy it is when you're recording it. Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, because I've got that. I've got the option. It's not live. I've got the option to fix it. Or I can record a pickup or whatever. And do it that way. And sometimes it's nice to have an intro and an outro scripted or something, so it just feels clean. But you wouldn't want to have the whole thing like that. Otherwise, it would just be too hard to do. I've seen tutorials where it looks like what they did was they went through, they did the entire thing without doing anything. I think Binging with Babish does this when he's showing off how to cook something. Like, he will actually go through and cook everything, and then edit it together and do a voiceover on top of it.
That's what the puppet guy does.
Oh.
I mean, you kind of have to.
Assume so.
Yeah. Well, there was a clip one time where he was going to show something off, and he hit the puppet's nose, hit the space bar, to start the video. But,
that's funny.
Because when you go through these, you end up doing. If you try and do a cold run, sometimes it goes great. But sometimes it's not. And sometimes you're just like, all right, you get to the end, you're like, okay, I screwed up about 15 times in that, and I don't know how well it's going to
take me longer to edit it
than just redo it.
To record it
correctly. So you just do it again.
Exactly. Yeah. And just by going through it and just doing a take, you're going to get better on the next one anyway.
Yeah.
Because you also figure out, I that's what I would always do back when I was recording tutorials years and years ago, was that I would go through and I would run through it, and I'd kind of be explaining it to myself as doing it. And then you'd have an idea of whatever problems that came up while doing that.
Right.
once you figured it out, you're able to explain to everyone why you're doing it a specific
Right.
way.
That's a great point. Yeah.
Yeah.
Because you can show, and one thing that I always admire about Tim Clapham's training actually is that he will say, "Here's a way, here's another way, and here's the way that we're going to do it," because this is the optimized way or whatever. But anyone who's used Cinema 4D knows that there's so many different ways of getting to the same approach, pretty much. And there's usually no really wrong way. It's just there might be a more efficient way, and thankfully, well, someone like Tim who has like ridiculous knowledge can explain all of those and help you, which is great, because if you're in a professional situation, you might be presented with one of those problems that is not in the tutorial.
Or even jumping into someone else's project where they went
they did it differently.
Yeah.
Exactly. And oh no, it wasn't in the tutorial. What am I going to do?
Yes.
Right.
Well, guess I'll die. I don't know. Like the going about it that way really helps me when I'm doing the longer presentations that are going to be live, that I really have to practice. It's like you can't edit this. So like, when we do something like NAB or SIGGRAPH, I'll really write out what I want to do to start. You've seen I'll have pages of things, and it's because
I don't ever write notes. Ever write notes. I'll only write notes on something that I specifically need to remember. Like just to remind myself, hey, idiot, make sure and thank this person. Or so and so.
I start with like a real broad notes, and mine have gotten shorter as I've had more practice, but really I start with those broad notes to remind myself, and then I'll start running through, and it's very cold and it's very, very bad, but I'll record it anyway, just so I can check the timing, I can go through, I can watch what I did, and it helps me also to remember when I go back the next time, to remember things that I did, to take shorter notes. And by the time I'm done, I'll only have like maybe 10 lines of notes, but I
think that's good.
Helps.
Good process.
Yeah. You just chip away at it,
Yeah. And you're kind of solidifying it in your mind anyway, and just like, okay, that's cool. Filtered it down. I think I tend to do that kind of thing as well for presentations. But then, when you're doing a live demo, anything can happen.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah, that's true. Now on your freelance work that you're doing, we were talking a little bit over Slack before the show. You were talking about momentum and keeping your momentum up when you're doing freelance work, and I totally know what you mean about your momentum getting hammered,
especially when you're trying to do other stuff as well on top of it. Like, I mean, trying to do freelance work and then also try and do the tutorials and everything else that comes, or for us putting together Camp Mograph or parties that people have thrown us into unbeknownst to us, it's like trying to do all that and, not stay sane. It's difficult.
It is, yeah. And I always feel like, I'm getting a really good run at something and everything's kind of doing all right, and then and then you lose it. You can lose it so easily. And I mean, it's just a case of recognizing maybe when it's going to go or whatever, and trying to preempt that or whatever. But sometimes you can't do that. It's just find your way back into it, and that can come from other things as well. Like I'm now in this kind of stage at the moment of doing a lot of training, and just keeping the momentum up with that is pretty tough actually. It is. It takes a lot out of you to record. And
I mean, you may be only recording a 7-minute video, but what people don't realize is how many hours of time you put in ahead of that. like camp, for example, that was only 3 days, but we put a year's worth of work into it.
Yeah.
You know? Oh.
Yeah. I mean, even putting together the XP challenge, that is, and you know, that's
for sure.
Yeah, I'm putting together the website. You know, I'm testing the website, and I'm checking the project file and checking the forms and all this kind of stuff, and you know, chasing sponsors, all this kind of stuff to make it what it is.
And every single moment that you're doing that,
it's
it's taking away from, you know, paid work that you could get, or, you know, a chance to go out there and, you know, make more money, you know?
Right.
Yeah.
But it's, I mean, I see some of these things as a way of like giving back to the community, you know?
Of course.
Mm.
Oh.
But there's a momentum that you tend to get or to lose. And for me, it's weird. It's really not about like daily momentum. For me, it feels like it comes in week blocks, where this was like a good week or it was a bad week. And when it comes to getting stuff done, I feel like there are some weeks that, well, first of all, energy level, you know, there are some days that it's 2 p.m. and you are just so dead tired that all you can think about is laying down and take a nap, and you lay down and take a nap. I have other weeks where I am just on it. I got energy. I can work 15 hours a day. Bam, I'm good. My email is inbox 0. I'm keeping up with it. The to-do list is on point. I'm getting my work done. I'm not as distracted by Facebook as usual. And I don't know really what dictates the good week from the bad week or why it happens.
Yeah.
I think you should track it.
Yeah.
You know, seriously. Yeah, you should write down what you're doing that week. You know, why are you feeling good? You know,
there's so many variables. I don't even know where to start. Is it about sleep? Is it about diet? Is it I have noticed that when I'm doing 1 meal a day, that I have more energy and get things done, because if I eat food at 2 or 3 in the afternoon, I'm done. I'm done for the day. I crash.
See, I if I have a big breakfast, I'll crash, you know, but a big lunch, nah, I'm fine. You know, big dinner, I'm okay.
So then, you know, what are you eating that makes you crash?
It's like donuts and pancakes and stuff like that.
Yeah.
See, for me, it's not even that stuff. Even when I'm on a good diet, I get tired after I eat, and I don't figure. I don't know why. I'm sure there's an explanation for it, but if I hold out and wait till my workday is over to eat, then I feel a lot better and I get more done.
Well, because it motivates you to actually.
But I'm not hungry. I'm one meal, but I'm not starving because I'm on keto and I'm 1 meal a day, and I'm actually not hungry. Like which is the whole point, I guess, you know. But I just I don't have that afternoon crash of just like digestion kicking in.
Yeah, it's horrible. It's horrible. You're just like, I want to do it. I can't. I'm just.
Yeah, the mind is willing, but the body's weak.
I don't know. I'm training for a half marathon, so I'm trying to run a bit more. Well, you know, I am, and
when's the marathon? How much longer do you have?
It's in March next year.
Oh, okay.
I've got some time. Yeah, I'm up to 10k, just above 10k at the moment, so I need to double that, and then I'll be.
Man, that's rough.
Yeah, but it's actually, you know, it's good to get out and do a run. Even recently, I had a headwind and pissing rain and all this kind of stuff, and it was just miserable. But I was like, I'm doing it. I'm still doing it, you know. And yeah, I managed to get through my 10k, and I felt good all day. You know, I felt great after that, and I need to just keep going with that. I think that's probably, you know, it's different things for different people, and I think also, you know, maybe diet or whatever is a huge factor in that. Like I went out with some friends on Friday night. You know, you're drinking, whatever. I thought I'll do a Sunday run, and it was a struggle, you know, then, you know, and I was like, oh well, we know what the culprit was then, don't we? So, you know, maybe I just need to,
And
this
sleep
season.
is important, you know. I mean, if
Or
you
sleep too,
if you get
yeah.
4 hours of sleep, you're gonna have
Yeah.
that afternoon sleepies, of course.
Yeah.
Yeah.
My youngest, my youngest is she just will wake up super early and that's it. Doesn't want to go
Mhm.
back to bed. Just
How old is she?
she's just turned 1, so
Okay.
yeah.
Okay. Yeah.
And I have a 4-year-old as well, so she's great. They're
Fun.
both great. You know, they're both fantastic, but it's just like, I wish you'd sleep through.
Yeah.
Now, how do
You
you?
know what I'm tired?
Mhm.
You know what I'm tired of as being a parent, and this is something that I've yet to. I finally came to the realization this weekend. As a parent, you don't get weekends anymore. Like, it's filled up with either
What's
like,
that?
yeah, exactly. Because like this weekend, for example, we had 2 freaking birthday parties. For
I
my
was gonna
kid.
say the
Like, that he had
birthday
to go
parties,
to.
man.
The stupid birthday parties. It's like
Birthday
you gotta
parties.
start budgeting money into your budget every month for dumb birthday parties.
Yeah.
You know,
Yeah.
it's like and there's that, and then like, you know, both me and my wife, we work, so trying to keep the house looking nice and in nice shape and stuff like that. It's like that's what we spend our weekends on. Our weekends are full of birthday parties and stupid crap for the kid, and then cleaning our house.
Yeah.
It's like, where's my weekend?
Man, the birthday parties are just insane. Like, to the point where it's like another
So
birthday party.
stupid.
It's like you're trying to
Yeah.
schedule stuff, and it's like, well, we can't go do anything cool for 6 weeks because there's a birthday party every Saturday.
Every weekend.
Yeah.
So dumb.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know, and if
Yeah,
you
we-
don't know the parents very well,
Yeah.
it's like
Ah,
you got to stick around, you know. But
Yeah.
if you do know the parents really well, then it's like, all
Yes.
right, sweet, I got some time off, you know.
yeah.
I don't know.
Yeah, or at least it's
Freaking
fun to go hang out if you know the parents. If you don't know the parents and you're in a strange
Right.
house and I don't know what to do with my hands, like you're just kind of standing there
Right.
making small talk about the weather.
How long is a typical party then? Because
Hour and a half.
yeah, exactly. Yeah, at least
know?
it's it's going to be sort of 2 hours max, and then
Yeah.
Yeah.
that's it. So it's not too bad.
It's not too bad, but you know, it inevitably will be at 2 or 3 in the afternoon or something. So by the time
That's
you
the
get
smart
up,
one.
get the kids ready, then you get there and it's 2 o'clock, then you spend the 2 hours, then you get them home. It's almost bedtime. It's your whole
Yeah.
day.
Yep.
That's from a planning point of view, you're like, yeah, we're going to do it after lunch because then we don't have to provide lunch.
there you go,
and
yeah.
So we're going to save some money there.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Yeah.
True.
That's funny.
So how do you
Yeah,
stay motivated though if you have a project? This is my problem. If you have a project that just, I try not to do projects I don't like, but you know, sometimes, you know,
Sometimes you got to do it for the
the
meal.
finger thing means
The
the
finger
money.
thing.
Yeah. Sometimes you got to do it, and sometimes you're just like, oh my god, I hate this project. I'm sorry, but I hate complicated After Effects projects with so much.
They don't bother
You know,
me.
when the client's like, oh, can you change the timing on this one piece that causes an incredible chain reaction throughout your entire crazy nested comp project? It's just like, oh my god, like,
when you say I can, but it's going to take an extra 2 days.
well, I mean, when you get this many changes, changes are changes, you know. To them, they're like, well,
Right.
all you're doing is like adding a 1-second pause. I'm like, right, but it also causes me to have to change this comp and move this comp, which screws up the keyframing for that comp, and then pushes
Right.
everything down. And then, like, when you hate what you're working on, like, maybe you don't hate it right away. Maybe you're like, oh, this will be cool. And, it, you know, a lot of projects do that. You get to the point at the end where you're like, oh my God, make it stop. And
Yeah.
when you get to that point,
slowly creeps in.
yes, you're just like, no, I'm so over this project. And then there's more changes. How do you stay motivated?
Oh man. Well, you're doing that kind of project for the money, right?
For the ends.
So I guess there is that. I'm assuming. Otherwise, yeah. I mean, if there's no gain for you, then you wouldn't have taken that project on, right?
Right.
So there's obviously something in the back of your mind that keeps you going there.
Yeah.
I don't know. is it? Yeah, it's a tricky one there. I'm not,
Because
I'm not in
you
that-
know what happens. You get tired of it. You know you have those changes to do, but you have a couple other things on
Yeah.
your to-do
Yeah,
list. You check the Gmail.
Or you really, really like it, and you're like, I'm gonna make this one awesome. This is gonna be totally one for the reel, and then
And
it
it's
becomes
not.
one for the meal.
Yeah.
you know.
But then you
Oh,
have
that's so
changes
sad
to
when
make.
that happens, yeah.
You'll be sitting in front of your computer, like procrastinating because you know how much you're not gonna like doing it. Gosh, I'm so bad at
Yeah.
that. I'm like, I will push it off until the end of the day because I know that it's just going to be a huge pain, and I know I should not do that. Lately, I have been a little bit better. Last week was one of my motivational weeks, and I was just all over everything, and I would just do it, and it sucked, but it sure did feel better when I got the thing done a day early because I didn't
Yeah.
procrastinate till 6 and then only get half of it done.
Yeah, totally.
Mm.
Yeah.
Yeah. You just got to
Word.
stick at it, haven't you?
Yeah.
Yeah. You know there's the ending side. And race to it.
I guess that's the thing, forcing yourself into it. It's like usually for me, Mondays are kind of short days because of the
thing is
show.
just like
But
you just do it.
well, that's what I'm
the
saying.
thing that I've found is like the hardest thing is like, I mean, if you procrastinate, so much that you're dreading doing it versus just jumping into it and
Yeah.
like starting. Starting is the hardest thing.
Oh, for
You
sure.
know?
Yeah.
Coffee.
Because
that
Sean
frog.
says coffee.
Yeah.
Yeah, I do a lot of that. That's for true.
Yeah, you do.
Yeah.
You got to just get on with it. Just stop messing around.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Have a
totally.
word with yourself.
Mm-hmm. I need Brodeur to call me up and be like, just do it.
Just do it. That's funny.
You
Yeah.
got like a special phone, speed dial or whatever.
Yeah.
Yeah. It should be like
Rotary phone.
we should
Need a
website.
like one of those easy buttons. One of those
Yeah.
easy buttons, Sell a Brodeur just do it button.
BrodorJustDoIt.com.
Take all your dreams and just do it.
It just has all the versions of him on a website rotating, and you just every time you go to it, it plays
Man.
one.
The Camp Mograph one was so good.
So good.
That
We
was
haven't
the
posted
best
that
one.
yet.
You haven't? No.
No.
That one's great.
That's gonna be great. All right, let's do some links real quick, and then some people's people and stuff like that. I think we talked about one of these already, which is I'll put in the show notes. It's created. It's created.academy.
Yes.
And it says blurring the lines between online school and brick and mortar.
Well, that's
So-
what I said. Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah. And then
You know what's funny? Talking about that, I was thinking back to when I was taking extra classes in school, at my little community college, and a lot of the classes, like even and the same thing happened with my wife when she was taking master's courses. All of her schooling was all online, and while there's like this talk about online schooling versus like brick and mortar, you don't realize how much of the brick and mortar
Right.
nowadays is actually
online.
online.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Next on the list is this is the Dune Pro PC case. Tell us about this. I saw
Yeah.
like a YouTuber who had a spammy looking icon about this thing the other day. Look at this case. Blah. Make sure you click and subscribe. But I did
I wonder
hear
if
it's
they're
a
gonna
good
get
case.
A cease and desist from Apple about it.
Yeah. It's. I mean. Yeah. It's. Was it the Linus? Was it
Linus Tech
or
Tips.
something?
No, it was
Yeah.
someone I hadn't seen, but it was very much like that.
Yeah. I mean, I wanted to get your perspective because I haven't bought a PC case for a long time, and I've actually backed this Indiegogo thing, so that I have a case that I quite like the look of in the event that
$200 for a case,
That's-
though.
that's
That's
quite a-
expensive.
It's not
Yeah,
that
the-
expensive.
And $279 if you want to get the other like
279.
front to it. You
yeah.
know?
The front does a lot of noise cancelling as well, actually.
Does
Mm.
it?
Yeah, quite clever.
Interesting.
Yeah, obviously they've completely ripped off the new Mac Pro.
Right.
Of course, yeah.
But it looks like a decent sort of quality. The frame and the frame is very similar and all that. And I mean, obviously it doesn't have all the design and that's gone into the Apple one. You can particularly see that on the back panel, which if you compare them,
yeah,
and also I think maybe that top I/O is a bit weird. Don't know. I mean, I think Apple do something similar, but they actually have a proper handle thing on there. So anyway, but yeah, for a PC case, and I was going to say a cheap knockoff, but it's not cheap.
No,
It's not cheap. No. If it was $30, yeah, it'd be a cheap knockoff.
Well, yeah. But then I'm expecting it to be, I'm expecting it to be manufactured to a certain level of quality then for that kind of price. And you know that there's some process is going to go into getting that cover, that Dice Y they call it, the full-on cheese grater cover, to look the way it does. So, but yeah, I mean, just looking at, if you scrolled through their page, looking at the specs of that, what do you guys think, having, built your PCs and all that? And
I mean, to me, a case is a case. Are you buying a case because you want it to look cool, or are you buying a case because you just need something to hold your computer? My cases, I've got the Thermaltake P3 cases, which are open air cases.
Yeah,
I
me
need that
too.
specifically because I need air going through the GPUs.
But that's
because
we're not doing water.
GPUs.
But we're not doing
right.
water.
Yeah.
Therefore,
Okay.
if you were doing water cooled, you'd probably want a more sophisticated case.
Right.
So you would say in this case, you'd have to sort of go water cooled. You'd want to do that, or
Maybe.
depends on how many cards you put in.
Yeah, it depends on how many cards and how fast or if you want to be limited. Basically, I mean, if you want to render faster or something, not have to nerf your cards or whatever when they get too hot. Is that what it is?
Nerf?
Nerf? Is that what it's called?
I'm unfamiliar with this.
Okay, maybe I'm saying the wrong.
What are you
word.
talking? What does it mean?
What, switching them off or something? Or?
No, like making them not work as well.
Oh.
Anyway,
You're talking about just like.
yeah, because I got 3 cards in there, they get hot.
You're just talking about
and so
changing the maximum temp
Setting
so
priority or something.
right,
Yeah.
exactly.
Oh, okay.
They're not going to render as fast.
Right.
You've got to change your temperatures versus water cooling and stuff like that. Using hybrid cards, you're going to be able to go, you're going to be render, a little bit faster at least.
Okay.
But I don't know. Like cases to me, it depends on whether you're looking for a really pretty case or whether you're wanting it to be functional, or you also have to keep in mind whether or not it's going to fit everything.
That's
Like
a
that
good
case doesn't look like it would be able to fit a lot of water cooling in there.
No.
But I don't know.
Yeah.
So
Interesting. Good points. Yeah, I mean,
it's a cool case. It's
Yeah.
expensive for what it is.
Do you water
but-
cool or no?
Did you get in early? Did you get in early and get the 188? No.
no, I didn't. I got the standard with the Dice Y because the early ones you just don't get that cover.
Yeah.
So, which is a real shame actually. I think they should have done that on the early bird. But yeah, it's it's I don't know. I'm not sure what I'll do with it yet.
Do you water cool?
I had ideas of. No, I don't. No.
Okay.
And I would be terrified of actually sort of. I don't.
Yeah.
Same
I
here.
know. Yeah.
Yeah.
But what about
So-
okay? Are you gonna try and build like a Hackintosh into it or?
Yeah, I would try and do that.
Yeah.
Yeah,
That could be
you
kind of
You
fun.
can do some pretty. Yeah, and you can do some pretty good. There's actually a good YouTube channel. I think it's Morganaut. I'm not sure if I've said that right, but it's she does these are kind of like vanilla builds,
Mhm.
So you're just you know, it's a custom EFI that I think you know, if you subscribe to her Patreon or whatever, she'll build the EFI for you, and you just put it in using Clover and all that kind of stuff, the standard Hackintosh way, and it will just work. You know, it's yeah. It's
You can make
clever.
an AMD Hackintosh?
Yeah, you can. Yeah.
Really?
It's done it. Yeah.
Crazy.
I know. But I think OS 10 actually works better with Intel. I'm not sure.
Yeah, but I was going to say, what's going to happen because they're going to change their architecture and use their own processors pretty soon. Is that going to screw up the Hackintosh world?
I'm sure it will.
Well, yeah, I guess. I don't know. But, like, you know, what are they going to do with the Mac Pro that they've put all this time into and all that? You know, they're still using, what, Xeons in that? So,
yeah,
you know, there's... Yeah, I think it's a way off at the moment.
Yeah, they're going to have to still support it at least for a while.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
If you want to check out her videos, it's Morgonaut, Morgonaut, like astronaut, only Morgan.
Yeah.
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 That's cool.
Yeah. Yeah.
Also, Paper Space. What is this? This is not what I thought it would be when I clicked the link.
Paperspace is a what is it like? Well, I'm reading here. The first.
Oh, cloud virtual machines?
Yeah, cloud virtual machines. Yeah. So yeah.
Cool.
And on their site, there's a section there. They do have a Cinema 4D logo. I've seen it being used. I can't remember where, guys, but I guess it's just like a browser window that then you log in, and you can, you know, you've got your virtual machine there. You can, you know, use. I guess it's just sort of you've got a PC in the cloud, so yeah.
But you have to, but you're
So
going to have to load up all your own
obvious-
plugins and stuff, right? It's not like they don't have any pre-made.
I don't know if they've got any pre-made machines. They might do.
Yeah, I don't know.
And if you go into the
Anytime I've used one of these, you've had to actually load up all your own stuff with it, you know, and then you could log in and log out, and it would give you, you know, it would basically charge you by how long you were using it, you know. But this looks like it's actually got monthly stuff.
But they actually have a section that says high performance workstations and render nodes for its cloud VFX. So I mean, it's made for people like us.
If you scroll down that page, then you can see it says, run any software on our powerful cloud machines. And you've got, you know, C4D, Houdini, Unity, ZBrush.
ZBrush.
But yeah.
ZBrush, say it right.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
That's cool.
Yeah, because I'm wondering about stuff, of course, like Octane. If you were trying to get Octane on this thing, if you could, like, log into your account and make it work or not, you know? It'd be interesting to see.
Yeah, cool. Yeah, I mean, I love the idea of... I think eventually stuff will get there, you know, where you're basically just renting out a computer through a service or whatever, and it's all... Because I think... Who is it? It's The Mill? Man versus Machine? One of them. Or something like that. I overheard someone talking that they were all just using machines, and all the machines were down in, like, the server room, and they were just running stuff. There wasn't any
but that's a little different
like
because, like, it's local and you can get that fast.
I understand that. You know, but, like, for people eventually, I don't know, maybe, because, like, right now we can get, you know, gigabit up down. At my old house I couldn't, you know. So once everyone's more standardized, I think some of this may be, you know,
possible.
I don't know. Possible, yeah, totally. Yeah. I mean, $24 a month for a pretty nice professional machine. I'd do that, you know, for something that's always up to date. That's rad.
Just send my Gene case back.
Right?
Yeah.
That's funny.
Only other link that I have here is, this is kind of interesting. Adobe is adding a live stream function to Creative Cloud. So
yeah, that's interesting. I didn't check it out, but
because a lot of people are streaming what they're doing, you know. I mean, it's just like gamers and stuff. They're going on Twitch and streaming what
Yeah.
they're working on, but it would have the option to just like stream straight from Premiere or After Effects. Say, here's my
Yeah.
screen.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Mm.
Oh, wow. Well, I was thinking it would be like Behance Live or something, you know, but in a format. But yeah, that makes more sense. I'm just working on something.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Here you go.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Pretty
Still
interesting.
seems to me like, I don't know. Here, watch me try and RAM preview.
Yeah. Hey, I've just got to move this thing. For,
Yeah.
and,
And it's worse than
gotta
usual
put this
because
pause in.
it's half my resources are now going to the stream. So
Yeah. And I've got Chrome running, so
yeah.
you know.
I mean, that's 99% of it
Game
right
over.
there.
Right.
Yeah. Well, all right. Let's move on to a little segment that I like to call Beeple's People.
Sweet. I've been waiting for this for like an hour.
Problem is, I have to go to the restroom.
Uh-oh.
Yeah, what am I gonna? What are we gonna do? Oh no!
All right, I'll go first.
No, what?
I'll go first.
Well,
I'll
you go
first.
first, and I'll get it going. All right.
All right.
Okay, cool. So everybody, open up your Beeple viewer of choice. We are going to start out with November.
What are you looking through? Twitter?
I'm using Twitter. Seems to be. It seems like they are less upset about pictures with nipples than Instagram is, and so you're more likely to see all of them on Twitter. I think. I don't know. November 4th, year of our Lord 2019, and this one is called "Long Way Home." I could find it myself here.
I'm just going to catch you up.
Here we
Hold
go.
on.
Here we go. Cool. Now, I really like this one. I think it's a great story because you see these two sitting here divided by a wall, and already you're thinking, okay, well, maybe they're like in a cell or something like that. You know, like they're both on each side of the wall. They don't know each other is there. I'm automatically thinking they're in some sort of space prison, if you will.
Hmm.
You know, unless it's supposed to be quarters. But I'm like, why would they both be sitting on the ground? Seems like space prison.
Yeah.
I don't know.
I'm looking. Yeah, I'm trying to look at the small version of that there. I'm just because for some reason I put in Beeple and Steve McQueen came up for some strange reason in the search. So I'm not sure why, but I'm with you now though. I've got it.
Oh, okay.
So I'm just having.
But see, it
if you
looks.
look at,
What was that?
it's got a real painterly look to it, hasn't it?
Yeah, and a
I do
lot of
like
his
that.
stuff has that recently, and it's kind of hard to see when you're scrolling through like Instagram or something like that because it's not
Yeah.
very pronounced, you know, to where you would see that in a little thumbnail. But
It looks like one of them has messed up, and the other guy's like, "Damn it!" You know, there's something going on here.
Yeah.
Like, I told you to remember the extra battery,
right,
or something like that. You know.
told you to charge the double A's.
Yeah. What's he got in his hand? You know, that's what is that?
Why didn't
They
you
got some
charge my
serious-
headphones before we got on the plane?
Yeah, yeah, I know, right?
They got some serious knee pads on there as well.
Yeah. That's funny.
It's interesting. I mean, if they're in prison, they're still in their uniforms.
Well, they just got
Captured or something.
Yeah, maybe that's the uniform. You know,
Hmm.
that's the uniform.
Well, you keep going on
You're
this while
prison.
I go to the restroom now.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, keep going. You're gonna have to hold
So,
out for like 30 seconds.
That's fine. I really love the composition of this. You know,
Yeah.
like it's from the in between the wall. I think that's really rad, and the fact that he didn't just like mirror it per se, that he
Mm.
actually changed up some of it.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah. Yeah.
He's been doing a lot of these character stuff lately, where like he actually goes through and has a rigged character, or will go through and rig someone, you know, which I think is very cool. Versus just like people like to give him crap because, you know, it's like, oh, it just throws a whole bunch of, you know, kit bash stuff on there and then he's good to go. But for some of these ones where he needs a specific pose, like he's actually going through and rigging and waiting and stuff. They're very cool.
Yeah, I mean, this is his focus right now, isn't it? It's
Yeah.
composition. So
Yeah.
you know, if you keep that in mind, that's what he's, you know, trying to get get better at this time around or whatever.
Mhm.
But yeah, it's really cool. I mean, loads of little decals and stuff like that. Just
Mhm.
nice little detail here.
Mhm.
But yeah.
Did you see the I don't know if we'll get to it or if he has already done it. Did you see the one where he it was with the Pikachu head or whatever? Like he's
Yeah.
holding up the Pikachu head, and like he showed a lot of the compositing stuff that he did with that, and he was basically bringing in a bunch of like blood drips and
Yeah.
whatever. It seemed like a whole lot of that was done in
Photoshop?
post. Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah,
Yeah, I
very
remember.
cool.
Yeah.
Hmm.
Yeah, that's
I don't know.
yeah.
I don't
Man.
have much else on this one.
Long Way Home.
Just-
So that's
Just
the
waiting
title.
for Dave. Just waiting for Dave. Oh, there he is. There he is.
Oh, he's back.
Just in time. We ran out of stuff to say.
I was gonna say, I hope you kept that going for all that time. Sorry, I drank a lot of water. All right, the next one is November 6th. This is called Pokemon Red.
Of course.
This one in particular, I think
He did make sure and point out that the pigs are not actually dead, because there's no blood on the pigs.
But why?
I don't know.
Oh,
Why is there blood?
It's just
anyway?
what he said on his Instagram.
oh yeah,
story.
they're holding.
Yeah.
He's holding the pigs. The other thing,
Right.
I think he posted the screenshots from his mom or something on this. From somebody, I think it was his mom, who was like,
yeah,
who was like, I thought you couldn't put nipples on
Right.
Instagram. He's like, it's a male bloody Pokemon, mom. Thanks.
right.
Duh.
Well,
So, what's funny about this, I love the whole flash thing, you know, like there's somebody with like a flash or a camcorder with a light on it.
oh right, I didn't even think about that. That's funny.
Mm.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It is a male, but there is nothing between the legs. That's interesting, but,
Maybe that's where there's all the blood.
ooh, oh God. Wait, my bell is muted. Here we go. There we go. Wow.
There you go.
Oh man. The interesting thing about this though is there's a second part to this, and it's called Revenge.
Right.
And it's like
This was the one that I was talking about, when you were in the bathroom. He did a lot of, and I think he did so on the previous one as well. He did a lot of posts on this one where he was showing his process, and it's just like he came up with the initial thing, and then he was doing like adding a bunch of blood drips and stuff like that in post.
to the head and all
Yeah.
that. Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, I didn't even notice that those shadows were the actual pigs.
They certainly got their revenge, but I don't know how they got bigger in the meantime. Maybe they mutated and then got revenge.
Maybe the ones that the Pikachu thing was stealing were their babies.
Oh, the babies. Or
The babies,
I don't know. Maybe
right?
this is the ooze and they mutated from this ooze in the other one.
Right?
Maybe the guys in The Long Way Home they're like, man, we're going to turn into pigs soon, and that's what's happened.
Oh, yeah.
You see, because
Yeah.
they've got that suit on,
Mm.
Yeah.
and now
Oh, okay.
See that? Yeah.
like that damn Pikachu thing put us inside. No, I don't know.
And the
Whatever
last
it is.
Funny.
the last one is Forgotten Culture. I like this one. This is November 9th. And so I found this one interesting because there's a the person looks almost like they're wearing a scuba suit, not necessarily a space suit,
Mm-hmm.
which I found interesting. But this is not underwater because you can see the leaves are falling down, and really cool sculpture. I wonder where, when he does something like this, it's like, I wonder where he got the sculpture or the person. If he made any modifications, or like if all this clothing was here, if he built that, or I have questions. I don't know,
Yeah, I don't know. Yeah.
Mm.
but super cool looking.
Good
what was the name
composition,
of it
yeah.
again? Forgotten
Nice lighting.
Culture. Yeah.
Mm.
So it's almost like discovering an old artifact or something.
Right. Yeah.
Yeah.
People at SIGGRAPH, Mike was convincing Shams to do daily renders and stuff,
Mm-hmm.
and she just hit 99 days yesterday. And so I messaged her and I said, oh, you're about to hit the 100 day. That means Mike's gonna give you $100.
$100. Yeah.
It's true.
great.
If you do 100 dailies in a row, and you tag Mike, say at Beeplecrap, he will give you $100. That is absolutely
And
true.
you could make a living just doing dailies.
Right? There you go.
So it's not $100 per daily, is it?
No. Once you hit 100 dailies, he'll give you $100.
Okay. All right.
Cool. Get on it.
And if you
Yep.
heard it on the internet, you know it's true. So,
Yep, totally.
yeah.
Facts. Yeah.
Fact. All right. Well, I think we've just about reached the end. We're at over 2 hours at this point.
Yeah.
Wow.
I didn't know what we were going to talk about really today, but we always managed to find something to goof around talking about,
Always.
Yeah. All right, Andy, if
Coolio.
people want to find you online, where can they find you?
It's if you go to the I'm
That-
called
that
Andy
link.
.com.
I am called Andy. It's the letter
Just
I and the letter
I'm.
M.
No, I'm.
I am.
It's not
Oh,
I
I am.
Do you own I am called Andy?
Did I buy it?
Hopefully in the next
Yeah.
30 seconds,
Yeah, right.
somebody will take it.
Oh, why does this sort of redirect to mograph.com? That's weird.
That's so odd.
He's so fast. No, I'm called Andy, and I've got that handle for Instagram, Twitter, and all that kind of stuff. And
Mhm.
if you want to find out about the XP Challenge, that's xp-challenge.com, and the handles are XP Challenge for Twitter and Instagram. So,
Cool.
yeah.
Can't wait
Cool.
to see what people do. It's
I
gonna
know,
be
right?
awesome.
I know, yeah.
Am I barred from entering since we're sponsoring?
What do you think?
I
You
don't
can-
know,
You could enter, you may not win.
Yeah.
but
Yeah.
I may also win.
Void were prohibited. Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't think you're eligible.
I'd encourage, I encourage the judges to even do stuff, just
Mhm.
if they
Oh,
have if they have a chance, because it's then we can all go through the process.
What if I
and-
enter as anonymous so that no one knows who I am?
Yeah,
You
right.
won't
know,
get the
So that
prizes.
there's no
What?
no like I'll
but-
be
but-
anonymous.
But where do we send the 1080, the
Yeah.
2080 Ti? 123 Fake Street.
Yeah, you send it to 4chan.
That's funny.
Yeah. But yeah, I'm like you guys, excited to see what people do with this new challenge, and get some more entries into that group, because Mathis is lonely in there. So yeah.
Cool.
Cool, man.
All right, well, we're going to get out of here. You can rate us on iTunes, leave a review, or subscribe on your podcatcher of choice. Helps get our ratings up. You can subscribe to our newsletter. We had one that just went out last week. It was very, very informative. You're missing out if you're not on that. You get all the updates about what's going on, especially like when it comes to meetups and things like that as well. What's going on, what's coming up. Say you've been there, done that, got the t-shirt with the Mograph logo tee, Paul Babb, Feel the Bab 2020 shirt, all the profits from that. Go to Doctors Without Borders, the Render Things hoodie, t-shirt, and long sleeve tee. But it's kind of getting chilly outside. You should get yourself a hoodie. And then, of course, there's the That Render is Fire shirt, which you're only...
Which you have to wear ironically.
Yes, only ironically. Or else we are legally obligated to take it back from you. You enter into
Anyway.
a contract when you buy that shirt. So,
Right.
yeah. So that about wraps it up. Check us out online. We're on Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, Periscope, YouTube, and of course, mograph.com. Thanks so much, Andy. We appreciate you being on.
Yeah.
It's good to catch up.
Yeah, man.
Thanks, guys.
Cool.
Always a pleasure.
All right. Until next week.
See you at Camp Mograph.
Oh, yes.
Yeah.
For sure.
That'd be awesome.
Yeah. Until next week, I'm Dave.
I'm Matt.
I'm Andy.
Have a good one.
Later, yo.
Let's go to the standby screen. Let's listen to some chill hop.
Freaking dog and cat started fighting in the middle of it.
I love that. It's hilarious.
So I put a baby gate up you know, to like, because the dog, if she's not motivated, will just stay in here. But the cat ran out and jumped over it. She just jumped right over it. Like, all right.